Joining us now is the man, and there's no asterisk, there's no nothing. He is the most decorated American Winter Olympic athlete of all time, as Muhammad Ali might have said at one point. We welcome in Apolo Anton Ohno. And Apolo, welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on the show, Steve.
So how do you like that? I mean, you're used to it by now, I guess, but or do you ever get used to being called what you are, the most decorated American Winter Olympic athlete of all time, an 8-time medalist, 2 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze?
I don't think you could ever get used to something like that. You know, I look back at my career and I smile. I was extremely blessed. I had an incredible experiences and memories and moments in my time when I was competing, and I had an incredible team behind me and support staff of family, friends, coaches, trainers, and a lot of people who were supporting me. So I was very, very blessed to be able to have such a great career.
And, you know, people don't understand, especially when it comes to ice, people don't understand the dedication. Some do. My son liked to play ice hockey, but we gave it up. He gave it up because he never, you know, he never quite skated like some of the other kids who would make the high school team would succeed, because those kids got up at 5 or 4 in the morning before school and went and skated before school, and he didn't have that level of dedication. To be quite honest, neither did I or his mom. So I knew he wouldn't be able to compete at that level. I mean, tell people what is involved when you're training and even starting out as a youngster. The dedication, the hours, the days, the months, the years.
It's different for every single athlete, but like you said, it's days, months, and years of dedication and sacrifice, and it's something that you really have to pursue. And at the end, there's no true guarantee that you will make an Olympic team, or you will win an Olympic medal. So it's done purely for the love of sport. If it's something that you really love to do and it makes you happy, and you feel like you can't live life without your sport, then by all means, I think taking the necessary steps to be able to perform at the highest level and training is something that you have to do. But the rigorous schedule, the lifelong pursuit and dedication is something that I actually miss on a day-to-day basis.
All right, and we're going to talk about what you're doing, what's premiering tomorrow on GSM, but I just want to ask you, I noticed that some of your heroes include the aforementioned Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, and it's kind of funny to kind of have them both as heroes because they were such great rivals. How do you reconcile that?
You know, I think they both have their own strengths in their own right. Obviously, Muhammad Ali was a huge inspiration in my life, along with Joe Frazier, just showing his perseverance, his strength mentally as a fighter. But, you know, those two legends of our time, I think that they both they serve as a beacon of hope for many other athletes, to let them know that anything is possible when you put your mind to it, and to never give up.
And one other hero that you talk about is Lance Armstrong. How do you, again, reconcile, or how do you deal with, and do you have any afterthoughts about your previous, you know, worship of him in a sense, in a hero sense, for what he's admitted to now? Does it diminish him in your eyes?
Unfortunately, I think it does. It definitely does. You know, when I was growing up, we all looked up to many different athletes, and when we see them fall from those ranks of being a top athlete, or when we see them fall because of an infraction of whether it was drug testing or something that they decided to do that's against the rules of the organization, it's really disappointing. So I was extremely disappointed to learn, obviously, I think, as were millions of other people, but at the same time, hopefully it does not affect those millions and millions of cancer survivors who looked up to him as a beacon of hope, because at the end of the day, everyone needs someone to look up to in some capacity, and I think what Live Strong stands for is something that is very strong, and hopefully that organization will continue to thrive even without his presence.
All right, so now tomorrow, premiering the new edition of Minute to Win It on GSN. That starts tomorrow, and you're hosting it. I know you're excited about it. Explain to the folks all about Minute to Win It for those who aren't familiar with it.
Sure. So I am the host of the all-new season of Minute to Win It. It's a game show. It's going to be, like you said, we're going live tomorrow, 8 p.m., I believe. For you guys, it's Dish Channel 116. And basically, people come on the show, contestants. They're teams of 2. They play 10 different challenges, and each game lasts 60 seconds. If they can complete each of those challenges successfully, they will win $250,000 in basically less than 10 minutes. So there's a lot of emotions, there's a lot of intense moments, and we see a lot of incredible personalities because of the reasons why they're playing the game and what they will do with the money if they do win. So we have a lot of laughs, we have a lot of fun, and a lot of goofy games.
Yeah, a lot of goofy games, and we're talking to Apolo Ohno here on the Steve Malzberg Show. Stacking 7 ding-dongs on your forehead. Then there's something called tortilla head. Use swim flippers to pick up a tortilla from the floor and flip it onto a plate balanced on the head. I mean, how does anybody train for these kinds of things?
Crazy games. So they got to be very creative, and they have to want it bad. So some of the games are absolutely hilarious. Some of the games can be played with just common household items, and I think that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get that interaction with the viewer, and we're trying to get families to watch and say, you know what, I think I can do that game. Go to the kitchen, get an old pizza box, go get eggs, and waft these eggs across the floor using just a pizza box. I mean, just games that are just simple. Placing a cookie on the forehead and wriggling it down into your mouth without using your hands and only your facial muscles.
Can I tell you my favorite?
Yeah, sure.
The dental cap. Wearing a baseball cap, as I often do, the contestant picks up a toothbrush from a toothbrush holder by hooking the bristles on the cap brim and then transports it to another toothbrush holder. I mean, I can't even imagine what that looks like.
It's hilarious, but it's also very difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Every contestant who comes on our show and steps inside of our 60-second circle, as I like to call it, they all have played these games. They know these games. They've had a chance to practice them for 2 weeks. They went through something called boot camp, which they learned every single thing about each of the games. So these people have played the games, and if they practice, they win a lot of money.
All right. Well, listen, we're all going to tune in, and tomorrow GSN, and as you said, Dish 116 here. And we thank you. Pleasure to talk to you.